Welcome, my dear children. So, as I promised you that we will meet again, so we are here again. So, children, let's start that what happened to Govinda Maharana that we have already discussed from your first part of your story. And what was the name of your story? The Trunk of Ganesha. And today we will discuss about the next part of your story. So let's see that what happened to Govinda Maharana and what about his Ganesha's trunk. Okay, children? So let's have a look on your screen. So first, let me read aloud that how Govinda Maharana was completely centered around his mind was completely clouded with so many bad thoughts. And in this part we shall start what about the climax of your story. So first read me aloud. But there was nothing flashy about this image of Ganesha he was at work on. Then why should this happen now? Or was it because the price of 250 rupees he had asked for was a large and unreasonable sum for a 6 foot high image of Ganesha? He saw his youngest son, Ranju, come into the workroom and stare at the unfinished Ganesha. It's happened again, the boy mumbled bitterly and flinched at the pain he saw in the old man's eyes. The image stood incomplete to one side of the room, facing the grilled window set into the northern wall. Cracks had started appearing at several places where the clay had dried. The straw skeleton of the image showed its forks through the mud where the trunk had turned. Quickly, Ranju cleared the debris surrounding the image. He brought a fresh smash of clay and placed it before his father to knead. Govinda looked closely at his son. No, there was no trace of ridicule evident on the young face, no harshness of youth, merely a mute acceptance of the moment. His glance turned to the image again. And before he realized what he was doing, his hands were once again kneading the clay, warmly, professionally, making it into the right stickiness as he began carefully feeling the tear. Okay, children? Govinda had nearly finished mending the broken trunk when Ranju interrupted him. Father, the dirt from the window, maybe it should be closed. The image now appeared as clean and smooth as a mannequin. There were no traces of the recurring disaster. The possibility of a gust of wind breaking the image was too remote, Govinda thought, but the image had been placed very close to the open window, only a meter away. He had shifted the image himself deliberately in order that more light would be available for his work, and the wet clay would dry up sooner, facing and draught of window. But that wind could be a destroyer had never entered his mind. He decided, not the wind, it seems impossible. So children, here are some word notes. Let's have a look. Some new words that I have kept for you. That means you have to read the meaning over here. So first word is flashy. What do you mean by flashy? Attractive or impressive. Then mumbled bitterly, meaning stammered in mild irritation. जो पिलाମାନେ तमे जानते हो खने खने कहबे, this is called your stammering, or you can say mumble bitterly. Flinched. What do you mean by flinched? Flinched means moved back. Debris. What does it mean? Scattered pieces of rubbish. Okay. Then ridicule. Mean or unkind behavior. Okay. Rude behavior. You can say mean or unkind behavior. Then merely. It means only. Then mute. Silent. Next word is glance. Okay, it's mean quick look. Okay, to give a quick look. This is called your glance. Then draught, current of air in an enclosed place. What do you mean by current of air, children? This is the flow of air. Okay, flow of air in an enclosed place. One mannequin. Next word is mannequin. And what does it mean? Children, you have seen in your different kinds of shops some kind of a dummies, dolls, or you can say this is a mannequin. They are placed outside of your store of your clothes, etc. That it is what? It is a dummy. Okay, dummy used to display a clothes in a shop window. Okay, children. So, recurring. What do you mean by recurring? Recurring means occurring repeatedly. Gust means a sudden strong rush of a wind. You can say this is called your gush. This is a very new word for you, children. Please mana rakho. Gust, a sudden strong rush of a wind. Gust. Deliberately means knowingly. So children, here are the key points. So you read these key points and try to memorize, and it will be easy for you to understand the text. So Govinda Maharana was so superstitious that a baseless thought had clouded his mind. He was afraid that perhaps his charging of 250 rupees for the price of the image of Ganesha was much higher and unreasonable sum. So that means here Govinda Maharana is thinking, oh my god, this 250 rupees, is this the highest expensive payment for this Ganesha? So what to do? This is my fault. So now here Govinda Maharana is thinking himself. Okay, children. So his youngest son Ranju's point of view was somehow different. He expressed his annoyance at the breakage of the trunk once again. Ranju helped his father Govinda in repairing the trunk. Okay, Ranju Manojapila Tara Sanapoji. Okay, so he helped his father in what? In repairing the trunk. However, Govinda, with the help of his young son Ranju, finished mending the trunk, which was a matter of a pride and pleasure for them. Okay, as I have told you before that from 3 sons, no one was interested in his father's profession, and it was Ranju only, that the youngest son of Govinda Maharana, who was showing keen interest in his profession. Whose? His father's profession. So then Ranju suggested his father to close the window for the draught from it. Okay, Ranju here suggesting his father that, father, I think this window should be what? Closed, because that air, the current of air is coming from this windows only. So, Govinda also thought about the less possibility of breaking the image by the sudden rush of a wind. He didn't think wind was responsible for the breaking of the trunk. The idol was placed very close to the open window, was at a distance of only a meter. How much? Only a meter only. Govind kept it there for it to receive more sunlight to dry up. Window side that the more light will be there and the image will dry up very soon. We'll sit up tonight, he told his son with an air of finality. That is the only way we will ever learn what's happening. Here? Yes, here. Which way did the intruder come? He looked round the room and pointed to a dark corner further away, about 3 meters from the window. How much, children? 3 meters away from the window. That would be just the right spot for us to keep watch. Okay, unnoticed, you can observe the door, the window and the image at the same time from there. Right, father, I suppose it's the only way for us. So, the plan was agreed upon for the night. Govinda, who usually had his evening meal quite late, decided to have it early along with his youngest son, who? Ranju. The hour passed. A light drizzle came which lasted only for a couple of minutes. The night appeared darker to both father and son. the darkness denser as they took up their pre-arranged positions in the corner of the workroom. At first, they found it difficult to distinguish one object from another, but soon the darkness emptied itself. The image of Ganesha stood as they had left it earlier in the afternoon, apparently unperturbed and dominant. Somehow, the idol appeared to have grown in size in the dark. Children, not to worry, as I have told you before that some new words are there, some difficult words are there, and we need to strengthen our vocabulary page. So definitely we will go to know the meanings obviously. So let's see what's there in the next slide. Huddled close to his father, Ranju's initial excitement had given way to a cold weariness as the night progressed. Perhaps the boy should be sent to bed, Govinda thought. Who thought? Govinda Maharana. He heard him yearning in the dark. The workroom remained still and quiet. The air was heavy as though bound by invisible ropes to Govinda's guilt. Nothing appeared to disturb the silence. A few mosquitoes buzzed about them. Where was the intruder they had imagined? Wasn't it more likely an act of the supernatural? Soon the boy dozed off and slumped to the floor. Govinda was awake, keen to the sound filtering into the room, his eyes glued to the dark and to the silence. He put an arm around the boy. Time went by. Then there was a sound, a soft, distinct sound, the intruder. Govinda's heart thudded. His eyes met the unfinished eyes of the idol. His gaze swept across to the open window. There, between two vertical bars, was the unmistakable shape of a cat, crouched, ready to jump. Unable to move, he watched the animal lithely leap across and land on the top of Ganesha's trunk. There, between two vertical bars, was the unmistakable shape of a cat crouched, ready to jump, unable to move. He watched the animal lithely leap across and land on the top of Ganesha's trunk. A smile beamed across his exhausted face. He gently began shaking the boy awake. So children, here are the word notes. You please have a look at your screen. Intruder. Who is intruder? What do you call an intruder? Someone who enters a place without permission in order to commit a misconduct. Okay, what is the opposite word of conduct? Misconduct. Okay, so what do you mean by drizzle? Drizzle means light rain falling in very fine drops. Okay, children. So next word is what? Next word is your distinguish. Recognize or treat someone or something, you can say, as different. Okay, I am telling you once again, recognizing or treating someone or something as different. This is called your distinguish. Okay, whenever you want to what? Differentiate from one object to another object, from one person to another person. This is called your distinguishing. Okay, children. So, next. Apparently unperturbed. What does it mean? Obviously not worried or annoyed by something that has happened. पिलाମାନେ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ କହିବାକୁ ଗଲେ ଆମେ ତାଙ୍କୁ କହିପାରିବା ସ୍ଥିର ରହିବା, ଅଚଳ ରହିବା, ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି? ମାନେ କ'ଣ without any anxiety, without any worry to what ମାନେ ଜାଣିବା ସ୍ଥିର ଭାବରେ. This is called your what? Unperturbed. Then next word is huddled. What do you mean by huddled? To gather or crowd together in a close mass. Then the next word, slumped. Slumped means sit, lean or fall heavily. And next word is distinct. That means recognizably different in nature from something else of a similar type. Then is thudded. It means fall, heavy sound. Then is crouched. Adopt a position where the knees are bent and the upper body is brought forward and down. पिलाମାନେ जो crouching କରିକି ଯିବା ନା ଗୁରୁଣ୍ଡି ଗୁରୁଣ୍ଡି ଯିବା, this is called your what? Crouched. Then exhausted face while intended to represent tiredness. So children, here are some key points that to help you to understand the story. So Govinda Maharana and his son thought the only way to know about why the trunk of Ganesha was being torn was to sit up in the workroom that night and learn what was happening. So semanako painka pilamana konosi bhi way nathila, only the single way, what, to stay there in the dark room, to observe, to see what is happening and who is coming in the shape of intruder. So Govinda Maharana and his son thought the only way, what, that to be in that room and the trunk of Ganesha was being torn was to sit up in the workroom and the night and learn what was happening. They decided the right place to keep watch on the idol was a dark corner of the workroom. Okay, children, what was the spot? Dark corner of the workroom. Okay, which was 3 meters away from the window. So question may come, children. Okay, what was the distance? That 3 meters away from the window. Okay, children. So next slide देखिए पिलामने. So that they can observe the door, the window and the image at the same time from that spot. Govinda Maharana usually had his evening meal quite late, but that night he decided to have it early along with his son Ranju. So children, generally कौन हुए? Govind Maharana usually what? That he just is taking his evening meal, or you can say your dinner, very late, but that night he decided to take it very early along with his son Ranju. And after early dinner with Ranju in the evening, they took their own position in the dark corner of the workroom, as they have decided earlier, what, that they need to sit in that workroom to see that whoever the person is coming, or what's the matter is happening in that dark room, why that Ganesha's trunk is becoming what, every time it's breaking. So the night appeared darker and denser for them, and they could not distinguish one object from another. So एते घन अंधकार थिला से रूम रे पिला माने that the father and son both, they were not able to differentiate from one object to another object. It was so dark to that level. So the image of Ganesha stood unmoved and dominant as they had left it earlier in the afternoon. ସେମାନେ ତିଆରି କରିକି ଥିଲେ ନା ତାଙ୍କର ଆଉ ଥରେ ସେ ଆଡେସିଭ୍ ନେଇକି ତାକୁ କ'ଣ କରିଥିଲେ, ଚକଟିକି ତାକୁ କ'ଣ କରିଥିଲେ, ତାର ସୁନ୍ଦରଟିକୁ ଗଣେଶଙ୍କର ତିଆରି କରିଥିଲେ ଏବଂ ଏଇଥରକୁ ସେ ଚାହିଁଛନ୍ତି ଦେଖିବା ପାଇଁ ଯେ ସେ କ'ଣ ହେଉଛି, କେମିତି ଭାବରେ ଗଣେଶଙ୍କ ସୁନ୍ଦରଟି ଭାଙ୍ଗୁଛି. So the image of Ganesha stood unmoved and dominant as they had left it earlier in the afternoon. The idol also appeared to have grown in size in the dark. Okay, that they are seeing that Ganesha idol is becoming so what, it's seeming very grown in size in the dark. Okay, as the night progressed, Ranju's primary excitement had given way to a cold tiredness, because he was a small kid and से इतने समय चेंज पारी नथिला, तेनु करे से कौन हला, first your excitement that became what, turn into his cold tiredness. So Govind thought perhaps the boy should be sent to bed. He was thinking that ताको बोले थे सोए पे पठे देता. But as night advanced, their heartbeat grew faster at the thought of the approach of the intruder. Ranju slumped to the floor while Govind sat with wide open eyes at the image in the workroom filled with light. Okay, in darkness, Govinda's heart thudded when he heard a soft, different sound of the possible intruder who was coming into the room through the open window. And that time when they were waiting for the intruder, they kept in position that who is coming inside and breaking the trunk of Ganesha, or kichi supernatural power. And that time, what happened? Govinda's heart was thudded. Yes or no? When he heard a soft, distinct and different sound of the possible intruder who was coming into the room through the open window. He was thinking, oh my God, someone is coming, I think, right now. Okay, children? So, the intruder was a cat. Okay, the intruder was a cat. who crouched between two vertical bars about to jump on top of Ganesha's trunk. So Govinda Maharana smiled at the end as the intruder was nobody else than a mere cat who had repeatedly broken the trunk before. So now children, you got who was the intruder, that no one was there, rather it was a cat. So children, just I want to explain you that this is superstition. It's a kind of a belief that will make your mind totally blank. Yes or no? That means it will scatter one's confidence. One good action will be spoiled if once your mind will be ridden with or clouded with this kinds of misbeliefs or blind beliefs, you can say, or this is called your superstition. So superstition pila mane do ame mane bahut educated he gale madhya this kind of a beliefs somehow amo bhitere koti na koti rahichi, and for that sabu tak mishappening hue ama life re. Yes or no? So in this similar story also, superstition, okay, that the role of superstition, how it's dealing with the persons, or this persons how they are dealing with the quality of this superstition, that we are seeing in this story. So at last what we see, that no one was there, no supernatural power, no any other bad thoughts, no any other bad power, rather it was a cat. Yes or no? That who was a what? Jumping every night on the trunk of Ganesha and breaking that trunk of Ganesha. Okay, so Govinda Maharana smiled at the end as the intruder was nobody else than a mere cat who had repeatedly broken the trunk before. So children, after that I think I have a let's see that what I have kept for you. So yes, I'm just want to telling you about the summary of the stories, that because I have prepared this summary of the story, that in order to what, for easy understanding, तुमे मैंने चुटकी मन रखी दे पारिबो, just on your fingertips you can memorize this complete story. So let's have a look, read the summary and please try to remember it. The Trunk of Ganesha is a story written by Jayant Mahapatra. The story is one of a skilled idol maker named Govind. He makes idol of all gods and goddesses. He is a married man and his wife's name is what? Sulochna. He has 3 sons, but only the youngest one, Ranju, was interested in making idols and he was learning this art. Govinda was happy for that. Govinda was a best idol maker in his valley, and so Sulochna was proud for her husband. But now one strange thing had started happening. Govinda was working on idol of Lord Ganesha but couldn't complete it because for some reason its trunk was breaking every time. He finished it at day, but when night passes, in the morning they find what? The trunk broken. They couldn't find out why. Govinda starts to think about possible reasons. Mane achi pila mane se chesta koriche jane pe that कौन कारण थाई पारे काहेकि से गणेशंकर सुंडटा कौन होची बारंबार भांगुची, दैट ही न्यू दैट इट वाज अ व्हाट, इट वाज अ मैटर ऑफ ओनली माने कौन बहुत इजी थिला तापे आइडल मेकिंग करबा, इट वाज जस्ट अ child's play. But what's happening this time? He couldn't understand. He couldn't get the point that what's happening with me. Mane, how is happening? Okay, so they couldn't find out why. Govinda starts to think about possible reasons. He thinks about clay and its weight, but all was right. Then he thinks that God must have angry with him. He has been making idols eye-catching. He had started making figures of goddesses slim. Okay, he thought because of his god maybe was angry on him particular for this reason. He also thinks about price, so he may be taking more cost for this idol. So children, these are the reasons, okay, that I have mentioned in your summary. You have to memorize it, that price, weight, clay, different kinds of factors Govinda used to think in his mind. Oh my god, maybe it a reason hai pare, maybe it a reason hai pare. Okay, so these are the what reasons. Okay, in this summary you are reading. So, and one day he determines to find out the truth behind this mystery. He and his son decided to hide themselves in corner of the room where idol of Ganesha is. After finishing idol, they hid themselves. They wait for so long but nothing has happened. So children, let's start your comprehension question. First question, what price did Govinda Maharana ask for image of Ganesha? Govinda Maharana asked 250 rupees for the price of the image of Ganesha. Why did Ranju ask his father to close the window? Answer, Ranju asked his father to close the window because the current of wind blowing through the window might break the idol. Why did Govinda tell his son to sit in the workroom? Answer, Govinda told his son to sit in the workroom to keep watch and find out the intruder. Next question. Which was the right place to keep watch on the idol? A dark corner of the workroom which was 3 meters away from the window was the right place to keep watch on the idol. Next question. Why did he choose the particular place to sit? He chose the particular place to sit so that he and his son Ranju could observe the door, the window and the image at the same time. Next question please. What was Govinda thinking in the darkness? In the darkness, Govinda was thinking all about the possible intruder who he assumed might steal into the workroom anytime to break the trunk of the image. Okay children, next question dekhiye na ba. How did the idol look in the dark? In the dark, the idol looked to have a grown inside. Who was the intruder? How was it coming into the room? The intruder was a cat. It was coming into the room through the open window in between two vertical bars. Where did the cat crouch? The cat crouched between two vertical bars of the open window. The last question children dekhiye. What change was noticed in Govinda Maharana's when he saw the cat? When Govinda Maharana saw the cat, a smile beamed across his exhausted face. So children, this is enough for today. I hope you understood the whole story. Thank you very much.